students, law students, and some seniors. So we're not talking about the student body, number one. Number two, last I heard, we're not directly appropriating money to insurance companies. They're not state supported. We are directly appropriating money to university campuses.
Not much.
Not as much as we should be, probably.
Not much. That might be a stretch.
That's a distinction that I think we ought to be pointing out.
But, Senator, you do know that students, undergraduate students, far too many, unfortunately, over 21 on college campuses.
Well, yeah, there are a lot of graduate students and law students, and we like more of them.
And undergraduates. I'm saying you have undergraduates on campuses over 21.
Particularly at community colleges. That's correct.
How about particularly at four-year colleges, particularly when it's taken them 6 years to get out? There are plenty of them over 21.
The majority of students in our four-year institutions, I would think, though, are 17, 18, 19, or 20. I think there are more freshmen, sophomores, and juniors than there are seniors.
Yeah, I have tremendous respect for you, Senator, but I don't think you've really thought out this bill. I think the burning cry to get this bill passed is from a small faction out there who want to make a statement in a major state, because most states who have looked at the same legislation after the tragedy in Virginia have decided this bill does not make good public policy sense. So I would hope you would consider holding the bill over the weekend, and a lot of those university presidents you haven't heard from, just put out an email and ask them to tell you what they think, since they can't just come tell us on their own. Thank you.
Senator, you know I have a lot of respect for you. You and I have worked together on the Texas Grant Program and any number of other bills over the years. But this is not being generated by a small group of people. That allegation was made during the Senate committee hearing on this bill. This bill is my bill that I drafted in direct reaction to what happened at Virginia Tech. And it passed this Senate 2 years ago, and would have passed the House of Representatives if they hadn't had the slowdown on voter ID at the very end of the session. It actually has more support in the House this year than it did 2 years ago. It is a bill I have seriously thought about for a couple of years now, so it's not something that I've lightly introduced.
I hope, Senator, you give serious consideration to not creating this double standard between public and private institutions. We did that on a bill on yesterday. That'll be 2 days in a row. I mean, look, if there's the burning public support out there, let whoever the folks are, you and others who support it, go to these college campuses and make the case, but let them vote. I mean, let the public universities vote just like we're going to let the private universities.
Sir, as I think I've expressed before, if it were up to me, I would have an amendment to this bill. I don't. But if it were up to me, I'd have an amendment to this bill applying it to all universities, regardless of whether they're public or private.
Well, I got an amendment that does that for you.
No, you have one that does it in reverse.
Yeah, but I just want to stress it is your bill.
Yes.
So to somehow, with all due respect, to take the position that because someone held, figuratively, a gun to your head, to say that you would have to take an amendment to exempt the private schools and the compromises, let them vote on it. I mean, come on, it is your bill. I mean, what's wrong with letting both decide on it the same way?
Well, as it turned out, the bill would have died in committee 2 years ago.
Well, we're not in committee.
If I had insisted on that.
We're not in committee, and you got your 21 votes, whether it's today or Monday. You have your 21 votes, and with your support, that'd be the 16 to go ahead and include both.
Well, you're very persuasive, but I'm not yet totally persuaded.
Well, think about it. But I'm going to keep trying to work some of these others to get a gun to your head on it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Let's go.